Hey there everybody, and welcome to another episode of Pinal Prep Spotlight, brought to you by 911 Air Repair, your local air conditioning expert specializing in maintenance, repair, and new installations. We are past the halfway mark of the regular season. We are about 3 weeks away from the postseason starting, all of our play-in games, and right now we are kind of going to talk about our top three teams in baseball and softball. Looking at baseball, our top three teams are all in the smaller conferences. We're talking Santa Cruz, Coolidge, and Florence. David, you've seen all three of these teams. What can you say about them?
I think it's a props to these small schools for being able to get it done here. Usually in baseball, our bigger schools are the ones that kind of take precedence and take the dominance here, but the small schools are showing that they can get it done just as much, and the proof is in the pudding. And I think really it shows how solid these teams have been built, and it's been kind of, it's been a long process for them to get to this point, but I think we're finally seeing that. In terms of Santa Cruz, I think Santa Cruz has kind of expected this. They've been here before. They've really started to ramp up their program in the last couple of years, and this is just that culmination that they have so far. They have a lot of solid seniors on this team, but one person I do want to point out is a freshman in Lane James, who has been a really solid piece for them on the starting pitcher's mound. He's been a great righty option for them moving forward. And then throughout that's kind of a theme that spreads throughout these teams here. For Coolidge and Florence as well, pitching is what really gets it done for them. And I think if they can show that the offense can just get a couple of runs in a game, the pitching is able to hold it down and make those little bit of amount of runs matter. For Florence and Coolidge too, they're coming off of two new head coaches. Both of them have new head coaches taking over in these positions. So that's a really good point for them. And I think that this is a showing of maybe, it's not a huge change in personalities for them, but it's just the fact that they've had this talent and they're ready to showcase it and kind of put it out there. So I really like what they've been doing so far. I think this is going to be teams we talk about towards that play-in time. The question is, when we get to the play-in, one, are they still there? And two, can they get it done in the play-in? We've seen it countless times where teams in Pinal County, they are able to do really well in the regular season, but then when it comes to play-in time, they get stacked up against some of these better teams in the East Valley and then in other areas, and they just can't get it done. So I think it just comes down to, can they really win when it matters? So they're winning in the regular season right now, but can they win when it's win or go home? We'll find out.
Also worth mentioning, last we heard, April 20th is a very important day because that is when the AIA Executive Board is supposed to have their next meeting. This meeting is key for Coolidge because after everything that went on during basketball season, Coolidge baseball, it doesn't matter what they're doing right now, they are on probation and they are not allowed to compete in the postseason. That meeting might determine whether that gets switched and they're in it or not. That's something we will have to keep an eye on and see what happens. Talking about our softball teams, our top three teams are CG Union, Santa Cruz, and Poston Butte. CG Union is our top team in Pinal County. I said it at the start of the season. All my chips are in on this team, and a big reason for that right now is sophomore hitter JoJo Adsuara. She is leading the team with a .556 batting average, 25 hits, 12 RBIs, 4 home runs. CG Union isn't known for hitting home runs, but hey, they're getting it done this season. And just overall, like I mentioned before, they have pretty much just a really well-rounded team with hitting, pitching, fielding. Hitting might be not up on par to where it has been the past couple of seasons, but hey, Michaela Wallace, Marissa Sanchez, Kaya Barnett, they are still getting the job done. They are relying a little more on their defense this season, so overall I feel like this is a good testament of how good this team is and how much they can just elevate, not really relying on those strikeouts and just relying on each other to get the job done. Santa Cruz is kind of all over the place right now. They have the pitching, they have three fantastic pitchers in Layla Brown, Alyssa Flores, and Nigel Herrera, but it's the hitting. The hitting right now hasn't really been consistent. They have a couple hitters here and there, but there really isn't a lot of fluidity throughout, and it comes down to that because, hey, if your pitchers can get the outs, how are you supposed to get those runs to back them up? And that's something that Santa Cruz has struggled a little bit right now. Looking at Poston Butte, we got to talk about their bomb squad with Chloe Morgan, Briley Litviak, and Jasmine Barrero. These three have combined for 11 home runs. Pitching-wise, they have Brooklyn Flores, who is another big producer for them in the box, but in the circle, hey, did I say Flores? I meant Lopez. Brooklyn Lopez, the youngest of the Lopez sisters. We know their pedigree and how awesome they are. This girl is no different, just a freshman getting it done in the circle. And then she has some help this season. Claire Walters, a sophomore transfer from Florence, a little bit different from Lopez. Lopez will really hit her spots and get those strikeouts. Walters also hits her spots, but she relies more on the defense. And when you have that combination of a strikeout pitcher and a ground ball pitcher, that's a deadly combination. It's just up to the defense. Can they make those plays whenever Walters is in the circle and back her up? Overall, I'm really excited to see how everything turns out for both of these sports. I've said it pretty much since I've been here. Hey, our Pinal County sports shine brightest on the diamond. That's no different this year. David, anything else you want to add?
There is one baseball team I want to shout out that aren't in the top 3 right now. I have a lot of confidence in Vista Grande this year. The common theme throughout Vista Grande has been, can they get past the play-in? Can they do it? I think they could this year if their guys continue to show off how good they are. Aiden Montiel is one of the best players in Pinal County right now. He's, I think, arguably the best baseball player we've seen in quite a while, so I think he could be a key piece, but in baseball, it's not just one guy. It has to be all 8 others in the lineup and on the field. So look out for them to try to prove a point here this season. I like Vista Grande. They're maybe outside of the top 3 in our terms of Pinal County sports, but definitely a team to still keep your eye on.
As always, be sure to check out Pinal Central for all of your local sports.
Yeah.